In our introductory video on inheritance, we talked about how instead of using multiple classes for different heroes and repeating the same common methods in each class, we could instead use a common superclass, in this case the class hero, which contained all common methods and variables, and thereafter create subclasses for the different types of heroes, in which we would put methods and variables which are specific to those different types of heroes. Moving on to the code, which can be downloaded at the link below, we find ourselves with a project that currently contains 4 Java classes. The first class we'll look at is the hero class. As we can see, we have set up the methods common to all different types of heroes here. For our purposes, most methods will do nothing except print out the action that is being performed. Next, let's look at the Kryptonian class. In this class, we see the fly and shoot laser beams method, which is specific to a Kryptonian and not common to all heroes. Now let's look at the sorcerer class. This class has the methods specific to sorcerer, and if you'll notice, also has a variable, magical energy, which only sorcerers have. For now, let's ignore the constructor in both classes, as we will get to that soon. Moving on to the main class, which contains the main method that runs when the program runs, we first see a Kryptonian object being created, and then the speak method from the hero class, which is a superclass of Kryptonian, being called. Thereafter, we see the fly method from the Kryptonian class being called. In a similar way, we see an object of the sorcerer subclass being created here, and then the print health method from the superclass being called here, and thereafter the print magical energy method from the subclass being called here. When we run this program, we see the output produced right here. You can look into the code to see the logic of what's happening in terms of the health and magical energy increasing and decreasing, but what I'm really trying to show with this is that you can create a subclass like Kryptonian, and instead of rewriting common methods in that class, you can just have that subclass inherit those methods from a superclass and call on them using a subclass object. This drastically improves efficiency and decreases code smells. Now, to close off, let us do an exercise together where we will create a new subclass teleporter and have that subclass inherit the methods of the superclass hero. To create this class, right-click on the heroes package and select Java class. Then type in teleporter in the class name box and click finish. Here is the teleporter class, which I will clean up a little by deleting the comments. To have this class inherit the methods of hero, we need to use the keyword extends followed by the name of the class that we want to inherit from. Now I have decided to place a variable in this class called number of teleports available because it would be a little unfair for the teleporter to be able to just teleport as much as they want, and so a user can set the limit on the number of teleports. Next, we create a constructor. I will discuss constructors in an up-and-coming video in this playlist, so let's move on from this point. When we design the classes, we set it up in a way where the teleporter class would extend hero and implement its own teleport and phase methods. So here's the code for that. If there are more than 0 teleports available, the teleport method will print the name of the teleporter followed by has teleported. Thereafter, it will decrease the number of teleports available and then print out a message stating that the teleporter in question has a certain number of teleports available. If there are 0 teleports available, the method instead prints out a message stating that the teleporter has no teleports available. The phase method simply prints out the name of the teleporter followed by has phased. Now, if you notice, we can see the name variable as part of what gets printed out. However, we cannot see any name variable declared in the teleporter class. This name variable is instead found in the superclass hero and is inherited by the subclass teleporter. Placing the name variable in the hero class allows all the different types of heroes to be assured of having a name just by the fact that their subclasses extend the hero class. Moving on to the main class, we first create an object of teleporter here with the given hero social security number, a health of 100, an energy of 120, the name of Carl Wagner, and 90 teleports available. Thereafter, we call on one method from the superclass and one method from the subclass. The output can be seen here. As we can see, we are able to call a method from a central superclass without having to repeat the code in the subclass. This brings us to the end of this video and the first coding video in this inheritance playlist. In the upcoming video of this series, we go into a little more depth about the nuances of inheritance. Thank you for watching.